Safe does not mean the best. It's
No,
the same
but
with
like-
vanilla ice cream. Vanilla ice cream is good. It's not the best.
But also, if you get a really good vanilla ice cream,
Oh,
it's
do not
so
start.
good. No, chocolate's good too. There's so many good flavors, but like
Strawberry's the best.
strawberry is the best. But the one out of the Neapolitan tub,
Any strawberry.
the one that they do not sell as a whole tub.
Okay. Do they not sell that? Get at it.
I know.
But no, original and vanilla are not the best.
I'll tell you a story about the strawberry afterwards.
Oh, let's go. Later in the podcast.
Yeah.
Stay till the end. Welcome back to Fill in the Gaps. I am Egg, and with me today is a very special guest. Started as someone that I looked up to as a tattoo artist, and then met through the podcast, and now is one of my good friends. She has a superpower, which is to go for a walk and find a stray dog.
Every time.
Yep, every time. I didn't truly believe it, but the past 2 times that we've called, she's had to hang up, or I've had to hang up, because there's been a dog that she has to rescue and find its house.
Yep.
So, welcome to the podcast again for the second time.
Ooh.
Sun Spirit, Sam.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Had your big run this morning. How'd that go?
It went very well.
Very well.
We did 10Ks
Nice.
for the Women's Classic Breast Cancer Run.
Mm-hmm.
It was lovely. It wasn't sunny.
And the question everyone's wondering, did you start the run with Pump It by Black Eyed Peas?
I didn't, because we didn't have music. We did a chill run and we just yapped
You had the power of
the entire
friendship.
time. We did have the power,
Power
of
of
friendship.
friendship, yeah.
In
nice.
pink on Sundays where we wear pink and we yapped.
I thought it was Wednesdays you meant to wear pink.
But today it was Sunday.
Okay, fair. Who are your friends that you run with again? I can never remember their names.
I have Steph, who I did today, Ariel, who you met on HBF,
Mm-hmm.
and then Charlie, who you met at HBF,
Okay,
and then occasionally we pick up stragglers.
there you go.
That's the little run club.
Like me at HBF.
Yes. Yeah, but we did well. We did well.
We did well. We'll get into that as well, 100%. Before we get into the podcast, please be sure to like, subscribe, rate, share the show. Shout out to Industry Tattoo Supply for sponsoring the podcast. And find more of the podcast at FITGpod.com and FITG_podcast on most socials. But yes, Sam, you're back.
Mm-hmm. Am I the first repeat?
You are not. You're the
Ah,
second. You're the
that's
second.
fine.
But you're the first repeat that came on the show the first time with someone else.
True.
So we'll take that.
Yep.
We'll take that. There's
True
a
that.
first time for everything.
Yep.
But I guess off the running and gym, that kind of stuff, we'll get into that first.
Yep.
We obviously did the HBF together, and
We
you
did.
absolutely fucking smoked me. So that was a fun thing. I looked out for you because you were wearing bright pink. You looked
Yep.
out for me because I was struggling towards the finish line and had a cherry tattoo on
But
my
I
calf. So
found you, yeah.
you did.
I was coming up behind you and I saw, it's Ellen's tattoo, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to our girl,
Yep.
Ellen.
E
But
Hizzle.
yes, I came up behind you, I saw your tattoo, and then I dragged you through the finish
Dragged
line.
me, literally dragged me, because the old mate over here has never run a half marathon and did not pace himself well
You did
at
so
all.
fun, and I said, just take it slow at the start, and you go, nah.
I tried to, but I was in the meat of the pack of everyone, so I was just trying to keep pace with everyone else.
That's why you have to practice racing, because
I had a fucked toenail. I had a fucked
toenail.
toenail, okay? There's nothing I can do. It's still kind of cooked. It's been fixed. I don't know if I told you that. It's been fixed, though.
Fixed.
But
medically fixed.
medically fixed, not emotionally, though.
Yeah.
But yes, I did very much struggle. I think I ran a, 4:17 pace or something for the first 8Ks, and I was like, yeah, doing good, and then just through the tunnel.
And then you hit a hill.
up the hill, and I was like, oh shit. So yeah, I think there was about a 5 kilometer stretch where I was running a 6-minute 10
That's
pace. I
very
was
fair.
like, shit.
Yeah, you're fine.
So I did it though. I did it. So
You did it. You did very well.
You did
have
very
to
well.
sign up for, we're talking about signing up for the Frio half, which is in November.
Oh fuck! I'm sick that day. Shit.
I'm busy.
Damn. Yeah, that's crazy. Hey.
Yeah, wow. I don't even know what day it is.
That Saturday I'm gonna be busy.
Okay, yeah.
No,
wow.
maybe I'll see. I'll see how my toe's going.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I'm dying to get back into running, but
Yeah.
you don't really want to go through that again.
Yeah.
So for anyone that wants to know what happened to my toe, message me. I'll send you a picture and a video of what happened to my toe.
Yeah,
It's lovely.
don't listen to us if you like your feet.
It's not great. Not great at all. But yes, anyway, the running gym side of things, obviously you went for a run this morning.
Yep.
You did the HBF. I know we touched on it a bit the first time you came on the podcast. Go check it out if you haven't listened to it already. What got you inspired to get into the fitness lifestyle and like having that as a big thing that you do outside of tattooing?
I was always a very active person.
Mm-hmm.
I did soccer all through school, probably
That's right.
for like
yes.
12, 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second I got my apprenticeship, I had no money, I had no time, and every training session or every game I worked. So I just fell off the wagon, ate terribly because I couldn't afford food. It was peckish crackers, meagering.
They do slap though.
They do slap.
Yeah.
But if that's all you can eat,
Yep.
generally
not
not.
great. Yeah, not great.
Not a good diet.
No.
So then the second I was able to kind of get into a good schedule with work and tattooing and being able to like take time outside of work to do things, I got back into the gym. And then I love the gym, still love the gym, train with the girls a few times a week, train by myself. But running was just, I needed a goal because I love the gym, but I don't want to Olympic lift. I don't want to, It got boring for a little bit and I was trying to get myself out of bed to get there, and it was a morning gym. It was hard. I was tired. And then it got to the point where it was like, if I book a race, regardless of how far it is, like I used to run through soccer, I knew I could run. I didn't know I could run long distances. But the second I booked a race, I was like, I've paid $70.
Yeah.
And I've told people I'm doing it. I'm going to do it.
That was me with HBF. Yeah. Especially when I sent you a message and I was like, hey, I booked in and doing the half. And you're like, you're doing the half. I was like, I don't like that response.
Yeah.
Like the fact you're like, oh shit, you're doing the half. I was like, fuck, have I fucked up?
Our friend Charlie, so the race was on a Sunday, I think. It was Sunday, wasn't it?
We'll go with Sunday.
Yeah, it was a Sunday. So our friend Charlie, we did our last long run on the Monday prior. And Charlie hadn't run more than a 12K. So on the Monday, we did a 15. Pulled him along. It was fine. He did well. And then he ran the 21 after that. So he hit a 15 that he'd never hit, and then the 21.1.
Okay.
But almost died.
How did he, do you remember his time?
He did really well. Probably similar to mine, but he's also got long legs and he also took off like you did.
That's just fucking unfair then, because I took off like I did, but I don't have long legs.
Yeah,
so.
He's a long boy.
Okay.
But yeah, he took off like we did and he did so well. But afterwards, I think he suffered a little bit as well. I think we were a bit sore, but you do when you do.
Yeah.
Push yourself, you have to run up hills. You're not used to running up hills.
Especially when they say it's flat land.
Oh, yeah, that was not flat.
Fucking lies.
Yeah, today was lovely and flat apart from going like up and over like a bike pass. But it's like a fun little like up and around.
Yeah.
And that's all right. But the hills for HBF were not fun.
They were brutal.
And it was one after another. It wasn't flat. It was up, down,
tunnel
up,
was
down.
so hot as well. It was boiling in there.
Yeah.
And
obviously we've never walked through that tunnel, but you can hear the fans that sound like jet engines.
Very loud. Yeah. Very loud. The other thing during the HBF, I don't know if you had to deal with this, was the mixing up of electrolytes and water.
Yep.
The amount of times that I was like, oh, yes, water.
Yep.
Got 2 cups, like one electrolytes, one water, both electrolytes.
Nope. Yep.
Mouth just dry as a desert.
And
I was like,
when you're trying to like keep a pace and you're holding a water cup, like for those who have not run, which is probably a lot, especially in a race.
Yeah.
Like you hold your water cup, you're meant to like pinch it.
Yeah.
And then like slowly like drink at it, because otherwise you're just going to throw it in your face because you're
happened
doing this.
to me pretty much every time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or inhale it and just start coughing.
Yep.
I still don't get it right. Like I haven't mastered it. And you go, water would be so good. And then you just tip sticky electrolytes all over you.
Yeah. Towards like the slowing down portion, like around the tunnel, I started doing the old slow down a little bit, grab 1 cup of water over the head, and then pinch my fingers between 2 cups, pick them up, and then take them both, and then sip on both, and just hope that they're water. So it worked okay. I got under 2 hours. That was my goal,
so well.
And that's a stretch.
Your time?
But I think it was like 1:58:50 or something like that. It was only just under 2 hours, but under 2 hours, and that was my goal, and I hit it.
You've got something to beat when you don't have a fucked toenail.
Yes, and when I actually train for it, because my training before, partly because of the toe and partly because of the gym, was just the rower. So not great, not really the best, but getting back into it.
Yep,
we'll get back into it.
No more fucked toenail.
I'll do my best. I try to fix ingrown toenails and stuff, and didn't go so well.
Have you had Travis on the pod? Gucci little piggy.
No, he's too scared to come on.
Travis is one for self-surgery.
Yes, we talked about this at Tattoos for Tails.
Yeah, so when Travis has an issue that he can fix, he'll just take it upon himself.
Didn't he like break his arm and try to like fix it and then break it more or something?
He snapped his arm, but he thought he dislocated it, so he tried to put it back into the socket and snapped it further. Oh, yuck.
Yeah. Fill in the Gaps is proudly sponsored by SW Laser Tattoo Removal. Have you got a tattoo that seemed like a good idea at the time but hasn't aged well? A piece of art that has always been anything but elegant? Or maybe a memory that you regret etching into your skin in the first place? That's right, people with their ex's name tattooed on them. I'm talking to you. SW Laser Tattoo Removal are here to help you. They use the highest quality equipment, including medical grade lasers, to ensure that your skin can say see you later to the ink that you regret. With shops located in Fremantle and West Leederville, SW Laser Tattoo Removal is the place to go for all your tattoo removal needs, and is trusted by tattoo collectors and artists all over Perth. To book your free consult and quote, message them on Instagram at SW Laser Tattoo Removal. That's at SW Laser Tattoo Removal, and say goodbye to your permanent regrets today. I remember talking to him about that at Tattoos for Tails, and that's brutal. I'm not that bad. If I broke a bone, I'd go get it checked. Yeah. But like ingrown toenails, I'm like, it's fine.
I've lost more toenails than we've been through months this year, but like, I can't sell feet pics, but I can run races.
I'll just try to put a feet pic right here, just from your feet. Just send them through.
You will now get a picture of my feet.
Yes, absolutely. And then in terms of the gym, do you train at the gym for running? Do you do kind of like resistance training? And if you do resistance training, how does that kind of tie in with the running, or how does it fight against what you do with running?
Well, it used to just be strength, and then it turned into more gym, like running specific gyms. So it was generally 3 full bodies a week, which sucked. But each full body would focus on a little bit, because I didn't want to lose upper body strength when focusing on my legs, but it was also just about making sure I strengthened my knees, my legs for more power. I don't think it was ever resistance training, and I don't really do much of that. One of my girlfriends is doing high rocks, so Ariel. So we did a random high rocks workout the other day and almost killed me. Like completely different training, and it's also very interesting to see I can run a half marathon easy. Like at that point, that's my like comfortable distance. Yeah. And then we did a high rocks workout and I almost died. And it's just the different types of strengths and you know, I wouldn't be good at CrossFit right now because I haven't been doing hardly any like heavier lifts or the type of lifting they do in CrossFit. But then they wouldn't be able to do the run distance I do now. Vice versa. But yeah, I just feel whatever feels good. Lots of legs. Yeah. But then also making sure I don't tire myself out so that I can run to train for the race.
Pull-ups?
Yes.
Seen you've been smashing those.
10 by the end of the year.
What are you at now?
Like 6 or 7.
You got it.
Yeah,
Easy. Easy.
Yeah, we're fine. Pull-ups or chin-ups, whatever happens, but I'm training both.
Do you like train to be able to do them, or is it just like at the end of the session or start of the session or whenever you're like, see how many I can do?
Yeah, start of the session generally, because then that way I can see when I'm not tired.
Okay.
And then I'll do, because I try and do it without the band. Like my goal is 10 without the band, because with the band I can do, depending on what kind of band it is, you can do as many as you want. So I want to be able to see how many I can do in one set without the band. Okay. And then I will work on shoulder presses and back and everything just to get better. Get better at it.
Fair call. I mean, when I was in my CrossFit girly phase, I think the maximum I did in one go was like 23 pull-ups or something. Yeah. And I was the worst CrossFitter because I can't do the CrossFit pull-ups at all, like the kipping ones. I can't do them at all. I can only do strict. Yeah. So when like the CrossFit comps would do at the gym, everyone's like doing these kipping ones, and I was like, I can only do strict. Like I'm gonna pop my shoulder out if I try to do this. Yeah. So, but not a chance I could do that many. Now.
Steph, who I ran with this morning, is like an ex-gymnast and used to do CrossFit, and now she's running and just lifting. But she was just like, oh, we'll do some like toe to bars the other day. And we're like, okay.
They're a weird thing.
And then she just does it and like perfect form. Like she's a goddess, like so strong. And we literally just looked at each other and was like, I cannot do one. Like she was just doing a perfect 12.
To be honest, once you learn how to do them, like if you took like maybe one session to just learn how to do them, they're not actually that difficult. You don't need a whole lot of like upper body strength to do them. It's just a lot of flexibility.
Yeah.
But like I remember seeing someone do one for the first time. I was like, there's not a chance I'm fucking doing that. No chance. But like, yeah, if you learn, it's not easy, but it's not the most difficult thing in the world.
I'm
like,
sure there's worse, but also like at this point in time, there is no way.
Yeah, like muscle ups, I'm like, cool, sick. Yeah. I got my first muscle up like a year ago or something, and I was like, cool, I'm just retiring now. I'm never trying one again.
I got it on film. We're good.
Yep, never doing it again. And I stand by that.
Yeah.
Nice. Have you got any like goals other than the pull-ups? Any goals or things that you're trying to accomplish in the gym or with running in the next 12 months or so?
In a month now, we have our first marathon.
Cool.
So we're
You've never done a marathon before, have you?
No, only halves. I've done a 35 or 32, and then a whole marathon is 42.2.
Okay.
So we're close. Scary, but that's exciting. That's on the 6th of October.
Okay.
And then after that, I want to do another
That's
one.
my fiance's birthday.
Hey, happy birthday.
I'll get her to run the marathon as like a birthday present. Yeah.
Is she turning 42?
Yeah, yeah, she is. She is. Yeah, yep.
I want to do the first one. We want to do just like a not a casual run, but like we're not aiming for a time. We've got something in our heads that we think we can work for. So it's me and Ariel running. I'm
not going to ask you because I feel like you're the kind of person. Maybe you've done it before.
I didn't
where
tell you.
You're like, I'm
time.
not telling you what time.
No, because we did our 32
okay.
comfortably at 3 hours and 8 minutes.
Okay.
So if we go off that pace, if we can hold it, but tracks are different, days are different, weather's different. If we can do that, it'll probably be like a 4:20.
Okay.
4 hours and 10 minutes. Yeah. But we'll see.
Okay.
But next year I want to race one. Like once I get the time that we're comfortable at, I would like to then pick one and go.
Yeah.
And then Ariel and I want to travel and do maybe like a Sydney marathon.
Nice.
Do that together.
Boston.
I want to do New York.
Okay.
But it's so hard to get into.
Yeah.
Like I would just like or like the London Marathon, or I had so much FOMO of the people at Paris this year. You could do like the athletes would run, but then they opened up to the public.
Okay.
So you could run like a night marathon around Paris, and I had FOMO.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's my goal.
Watching the runners or even the walkers and stuff at the Olympics, it's insane. Like everyone always talks about that idea of like we should have just like an average person compete in it just to kind of give some perspective.
Yes.
We need that so badly because like even I think I was talking to my missus about like the race walking.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's so ridiculous. I'm like, it looks stupid. Do you know how fast they go? And she was like, oh, like
they're
not that
faster
quick.
than what I'm running.
Like, I'm like in the half marathon, I ran a 1:58. In the Olympics, they're walking. I think it's like an hour 35. I'm like, just 20 minutes faster than I'm doing running.
Yes.
They're doing it walking.
Yeah, and there's specific rules for the walk, isn't there? Like you have to have like a foot on.
Yeah, so 1 foot has to be, and it's all by like the human eye. So it's not like by replay it wasn't touching. It's just if you can see it.
Yeah.
1 foot has to be on the ground at all times, and the leg that you're leading with can't be bent.
Okay.
So it has to be straight.
Yes.
So like obviously if there's a little bend or if like 1 foot slightly comes off the ground but it's not noticeable to the eye, it's fine.
Okay.
And you get warnings and stuff during. It's not just one and then you're out. But fuck it looks so stupid. It does. It looks ridiculous, but my God, that it's an insane. Like how do you go that fast walking?
No, and they look silly, but like also it would be down to technique. Like they make it look easy. If I tried to do that right now, I'd either trip over or I'd do it wrong instantly.
Yeah. Just warning 1, warning 2, out.
Yeah.
It's just an hour and 30 of focusing on your technique. That's
I asked my client, we were talking about the Olympics yesterday. I asked my client, what would you put in the Olympics as like a silly competition? Like something that's not in there. Like obviously we memed about breakdancing, but what would you put in?
Well, Ray Gun's an icon, so
what would you put in there as like a really silly thing you'd like to see people compete in?
Okay, are you asking what?
It doesn't have to be a sport.
What thing I would like to have in the Olympics that isn't there, or what like silly thing that would never possibly be there
Well,
that I
both,
would
but
want?
like what
'cause
could you compete in?
Tug
Like,
of war, I
Okay.
want back in the Olympics. It was
Okay.
back there in like the first Olympics.
Okay, yeah.
We need that. That
Yeah.
would be so sick. What silly thing?
do you know, I said Twister.
The Twister would be kind of sick, but it has to be a specific board. Like it can't just be the regular Twister board.
but
It has to be like made
imagine
more difficult.
competitive Twister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 50% of your foot has to or hand has to be on the spot
Yes.
at all times.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, that's a good one.
That would be funny.
Laser tag would be pretty sick.
Yeah.
Laser tag.
Or paintball.
Dodgeball, obviously,
Yeah.
but that'd be an actual cool one.
Yeah.
What's a really stupid one?
I'd like to think I'm very good at dodgeball, but I have not played for so long. But like
Dodgeball's
dodgeball's
fun.
so much fun.
So
yeah.
fun.
So
So
much
fun. Shit. I mean,
Water balloons.
if there's one I could enter just so that like I could go and compete and
Yeah.
I'm confident that I could take home a medal.
Yeah.
Trampoline basketball slam dunk contest.
Trampoline basketball slam dunk. Yeah. Okay.
I
That would be fucking so good.
yeah, I reckon I'd go close to taking a medal in that.
Yeah.
Like,
That would be really
not
good.
to toot my own horn, or not
Yeah.
gold, but I think I could medal in that.
Okay.
It'd be so stupid, but
Yeah.
so much fun.
Maybe we need to set one up just for like a fun thing.
Yeah, yeah.
We were talking about building a second story at work. Just obviously shits and gigs. And they said no room for stairs. We just get a trampoline so you can just jump up
Do
and
it.
down. Yeah.
Do it. Yeah. And if you don't know how to use a trampoline, then
You can't get
go up
upstairs,
there. That's the secret
Yeah.
password. Yeah, because like going to bounce, I fucking love it. I just
I've never
spend.
been to bounce.
You've never been? We have to
No.
go
Yeah,
sometime.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. We'll go double date.
Yeah.
We'll all go to bounce.
Yeah.
Jake and Cleo can sit there and talk about how stupid we look.
Yeah.
And we can
Was
just
that
go
because
fuck
Jake
around.
won't do it?
Yeah, because like I grew up on a trampoline,
Yeah,
so
so
I'm
did I.
very comfortable on one.
Yeah.
But like I can do a front flip. I
Yep.
can do a double front flip
Okay.
into like the bags,
The foam
whatever.
pits or
yeah.
whatever.
Can't do a backflip
Okay.
by any means, like not even close. I
Yep.
don't even know where to start.
Yep.
The basketball thing, I'll just spend the whole hour session just on
Just doing
there.
that, yeah.
And my whole forearm is just bright red afterwards from just slamming against the
Yeah,
hoop.
yeah, yeah.
And yeah, it's so fun. I haven't been in like 2 years
I want to do a
probably, but
ninja course.
like
The indoor ninja gyms.
the Ninja Warrior.
Like not
kind of
that
thing,
hard,
or-
but like I just
okay.
want to go and fuck around on it.
You're like,
bring a group of
easy,
people.
easy.
Yeah. I can't do that, but
Yeah.
like I'd like to see if I can hold myself up or climb the bits you
Mm-hmm.
are meant to. Because in theory, I think I could, but I'm also delusional.
Yeah, I mean, that's always the way. Like, even the Olympics, you watch that, you're like, I could do that.
Yeah.
And then you think about it, you're like, no, I couldn't. I definitely could
You'd
not.
get there and you go,
What,
no.
There's that question that always goes around every Olympics. What sport do you think, if you were given 12 months to train for it, you would
Mm-hmm.
have the best chance at medaling in? Obviously, let's just be clear, none of them, anyone watching this or listening to this or us,
Yeah.
are ever going to get
Oh,
close
no,
to it.
no.
But what one would you have the best chance?
I'd go for a sprint, I think. Like
A
short
sprint?
sprint. I would not medal, but like that's one thing I could say that I would obey the rules and I wouldn't disqualify. But if I could just choose a sport, like, I don't know. I couldn't dive. I couldn't do gymnastics. I'd fall on my face.
In order to get anywhere close to medaling, you would have to run like at least like
Oh,
a
God,
10-8.
no. Oh, yeah, no. But like, I don't think I could pick any sport in that. If I had to get close to medaling, none of them.
Because there's the modern pentathlon,
What's
and
that?
I didn't know about it, but then
Okay.
that's an answer that's come up a lot in that question that people ask. So I forget exactly what it is, but it's stupid. There
Yep.
used to be the pentathlon, which was like kind of training the perfect athlete, I guess. So
Okay.
it was like wrestling, might have been like javelin or something,
Okay. Yep.
shooting.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
Different things
Okay.
for like what they would want as like a soldier kind of thing.
Okay, yeah.
And then the modern pentathlon is like equestrian, but
Okay.
you're paired with a horse you've never met before.
Okay.
So it's just like a random horse, which is weird.
Yes.
I think you get like 20 minutes before to like
Okay.
ride the horse and
Yep.
kind of meet it and
Yep.
stuff. Like,
With a tooth?
yeah, exactly. Like shooting, I
Yep.
think. But I think that's also part of like the running. They do like a run.
Yep.
And then they also have to shoot at like certain spots along. I think
Okay,
I could
yep.
be completely wrong on that. Fencing is definitely one.
Yep.
But there's like 2 rounds of fencing. There's like
Okay.
round robin where it's just kind of like first point wins.
Yep.
and then there's another section
Okay.
of, and then what's the other one?
So you're listing these things off, and I could not do any of them.
But that's the thing, is that who is ever going to be any, like the horse
They're
thing,
all so different.
that comes down to just kind of luck at some point. So you could, you could do a Stephen Bradbury, just everyone else falls over and you just win.
Imagine getting us all in a relay team.
Yeah.
It would be so dumb. It would be so good.
But yeah, I mean, obviously.
What would you compete in?
Well, I mean, I would want to compete in basketball because I can just ride the bench and not even play and just get
true.
to say I played at the Olympics.
Yeah.
But if you
I
don't,
sat on the bench.
yeah,
Yep.
if you don't play for Team USA, you're not winning gold, so it doesn't matter. But what one do I actually think I would have the best chance at medaling in?
Yep.
Fucking nothing.
Yep.
I'm just out of proportion. I can't. I want to try discus, but not have you seen the guys that do it? They're fucking like 2 meters tall and like 160 kilos.
Yep.
Like they could throw me like a discus.
Then you could technically medal if you were the one that was throwing the
True. Fuck yeah, I don't know. You hit me with the hard questions now. What?
Well, see, I wouldn't. I would just like to have a go at. I'd just have to pick running because that's the one thing I know that I can actually physically
do it. Yeah, because like any of the athletics events, no chance.
Oh,
There is
God, no.
not a chance. Swimming, no chance.
I'd die on the hurdles.
Yeah.
I'd drown if I dived.
Yeah, like even steeplechase, like you kind of forget how fast they run when they do that.
Yeah.
Badminton is. Did you know that badminton is the fastest sport at the Olympics? Like the shuttlecock goes the fastest out of anything.
Yeah.
It's insane. I think it's like 300 k's an hour or something.
What is skeleton in the Winter Olympics?
What's skeleton?
I think it's called skeleton. It's that like when you go really fast on that, like you lay down on it and you have to go through the course. It's like a bog.
Like bobsled, but like by yourself?
Yes. I
don't
think
know
it
what
might
it's
be
called,
Winter
but-
Olympics. I think it's called skeleton, but like they go so fast.
Well, the only thing I ever remember about that is I think it was like 2010 or 2014, because it's 2 years.
Yeah.
There was that like Canadian guy, I think, who was doing the warm-ups and he died because he like came off and like slammed into a pole.
Yep.
So I'm like, yeah, you'd have to be going pretty quick to fucking die from that. So
Yep. Yeah,
that's
not that one.
brutal.
Yep.
Winter Olympics, I'm gone. We live in Australia.
yeah,
What the fuck am I going to train for? Yeah, bobsled. I'll just join the Jamaican bobsled team. Sick, yeah.
Just sit on the back as I'm just here for a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, short answer, nothing. I'll go modern pentathlon though. That's
Okay,
what
cool.
I'd compete in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Welcome back to the Olympics podcast.
Yeah. The people who can't compete in
Yeah,
the Olympics
exactly.
talking about the Olympics.
Exactly. And then the other thing I was going to touch on is
Oh, yay.
tattoos for tails. Anyone that follows the podcast has probably seen the first event that you did, but we've got another one coming up as of recording.
Yep.
As of listening, it's already been.
Yep.
Sorry. But
all right.
join for the next one.
Yep.
Can still buy shirts probably, maybe.
Yep.
We'll see.
If they sell out, they sell out.
Message Sam, see if you can get some. But tell us a little bit about what the event is and kind of what gave you the idea other than rescuing stray dogs while you're on the phone.
Yep. I love all animals. I think when I was younger, doing something with animals as a career, was very high in possibility. It was either that or art. Quickly learned that if I worked with animals, I would cry all day. And I have so many vet nurse clients and vet clients who are just the sweetest people, but I do not know how they do it. Like I have no clue.
Could never.
Never had a cat. Love cats, but dogs are my babies. And every dog I've had are literally like, they're members of the family. They sleep inside. They eat before we do. Like, they're our babies.
Royalty.
Yeah, absolutely. But I wish I could volunteer and I wish I could help out more than I can, especially with work hours. The volunteers at rescues now require, from what I understand, a lot. In terms of like a roster, like if you do dog walking, it literally has to be you're available at this time, or you can't get the job. And like I understand that you need people there if you've got a refuge full of thousands of dogs. You need people to be reliable, but I literally can't do that. I'd be like, I'm available at Tuesday at 1 o'clock and in 3 weeks' time, Thursday at 5. Like,
Perfect. Awesome. That's exactly what we needed.
Absolutely. So as a little dream project, I thought of doing flash days for work, and it started off just doing myself. So the idea was that I would, every few months, do a flash day on like a Saturday or a Sunday, pre-book clients, but all the clients I tattooed, all the money would just go to a specific rescue. And then that way, although I can't volunteer, because I'm not splitting the percentage with like the studio or anything, like I would donate the entire cost. I would be able to make a good sizable donation from myself once every few months to a chosen rescue, and then we pick, you know, I do one and then we vote for the next one, donate it to the next place. So like Cat Haven, Dogs Refuge, any wildlife sanctuaries that needed it, like nothing was off limits. It was just trying to help where we could. And also all my clients are animal lovers, whether that was cat people or they've got reptiles, they've got birds, they've got dogs. But when I started floating the idea with people, it kind of became I'll join in, which was so cool because I didn't think, one, like donating your time for a flash day is so much. Like even if it wasn't going to charity, signing up to do a flash day that's not at your own studio, or even if it's at your own studio, it's making flash, booking clients or getting enough clients and hype ready so that hopefully people do show up if it is just a walk-up thing. But when people kind of express their interest of being like, I'll participate, it became a lot bigger of a thing because I was then organising 9+ people to have things ready for an event. And the first one was a little bit of a hiccup with venue change. There was going to be maybe 8 of us tattooing and then 4 of us ended up being able to do it at a different place. But I made like a page. I came up with the idea. My best friend came up with the name. So thank you.
There you go.
Sarah.
What was your original name for it?
I didn't have a name. I just wanted something. Oh, I didn't.
Come on.
No, I didn't. Sarah came up with like a list of like 6 fun names and we picked Tattoos for Tails. Like it was a very cool idea. And she's got a little zoo herself. She's got a bird that has 1 leg. She's got 2 dogs. She's got 2 cats. So big animal lover. So she helped me out. She came up with a name. I did all the marketing. So the little stickers and my logo's based off our little baby, like Cordy. And then I made a page for it and instantly got quite a lot of like a following, not massive, but people saw it and it was then advertised. I think we did our first event on the 16th of June. But Ed came in, did the videography, so thank you.
That's all right.
Was a part of it. It was very, very good. The people who tattooed and volunteered their time were incredible. I tattooed too. I did all the marketing for everyone, so I was getting the artists to tell me what they wanted and I put it out on the page. People then pre-booked, came in, got tattooed, brought in supplies, and then we donated the funds plus the physical donations to the rescue. So far the only place we've worked with is Dogs Refuge, but that's because when it became a bigger idea, I wanted to have people from the rescue come down and talk about it, and I also have to approach people and be like, are you okay being affiliated with a tattoo studio? Because obviously tattoos are still a little bit hit and miss, so it was I would be advertising my business as a part of your business. Is that okay with you? And Dogs Refuge are incredible to work with. I have like a family member who works as a volunteer for them. We've been there, dropped off supplies, and I know that all rescues are struggling, but in terms of just being able to get a hold of people and event management, they were so easy. So we're doing the next one on the 15th of September. And we have 13 artists, including myself, tattooing, which is amazing because last time we did, I think our total donation was just under 7,000.
Yeah, it was like 6,980 or something like that.
Like $10 off, you know, like 7,000. But for a day's effort, that is insane. Probably donated like at least $100 worth of supplies as well, so like blankets, towels. But I've got 13 people working with me, donating their time, making flash. It's going to be very, very cool. Like I'm very excited about it. But the people who come and get tattooed also are just massive animal lovers. They get a gorgeous tattoo out of it. They bring in some supplies, get some food, get a coffee. But I'm very excited to see what it can become. Like we can make shirts and we can donate the proceeds of the shirts and people can get tattooed. We can do different rescues especially on something like a greyhound topic. It's like when the races are on, no one wants to support them. We could do something positive with that and do a flash day where we just do greyhound kind of specific tattoos or any kind of tattoo and just donate it to helping out refuges, which would be awesome. Or if there's any, God forbid, like a bushfire, we could do like bushfire relief for animals, koalas, native animals. But yeah, I feel very special to be able to give my time for a cause like that, because half the reason they're in a refuge is because of us. And as much as we can, adopting from a refuge is hard because most dogs have trauma. Most dogs can't already go into a home. Not most dogs. Some dogs can't go into a home if you've already got pets because they're meant to be single pet households due to trauma. So because we can't adopt every refuge dog, Jake wouldn't let me. We wouldn't be allowed. We wouldn't be allowed real estate wise either. Like, at least we can give back this way. And people who want to contribute and donate their time are wonderful, wonderful people. But then, you know, we can all make a small difference with our craft, which is very cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely an amazing thing that you're doing. And like, as is with most ideas, I'm sure a million people have had this exact same idea, but no one's ever actually, well, not that we know of, anyone's ever actually done it. So yeah, it's amazing that you've actually kind of stepped aside, thought about how you can make it work, make it sustainable, and yeah, you're smashing it. And anyone that listening to this, you have missed the Love Streak one. I will still post about it and everything, but yeah, if you're listening to this now, you've missed it. There will be other ones though, 100%. So keep an eye out. Go follow Tattoos for Tails. Even if you don't want to get tattooed or can't get tattooed, anything, donate. Just bring puppy pads or whatever.
This is the first year we're running it. I wasn't able to, among work and conventions and life, plan consecutive events, but I'm hoping for 2025 I'll have a calendar in terms of maybe 4 events who will be supplied and like sponsored for, especially because if I'm getting 13 people like we are with this event, if we made almost $7,000 for 4 people, with 13 people we could almost double that. So I'm hoping that next year maybe we do some like dual events, so 2 charities, and the profit is split half. They might get 8,000 each, you know, depending on tattoos and availability and the people who are interested in it. But I will hopefully have a 2025 calendar where, you know, if you are, say, a cat-specific person and the dog tattoos aren't your jam, totally understand. But then you'll know, hey, on the 11th of August, there'll be one specifically for cats from the rescue that I adopted, you know, your cat's from. So we'll do that. But even if you don't want to get tattooed, dropping off physical supplies, or even just making a donation to yourself, especially if it's a rescue you haven't heard of and you don't even want to get tattooed, you could spend the money that would go to a coffee that week and just make a little donation, because even if it's not coming from us, obviously it helps millions. It would buy vet bills, treats, towels, everything they need.
Because even as part of the last video when you did the first event, I went to Dogs Refuge Home and went and spoke to them, and they talked about like how every dollar helps. Like they are just so down at the moment. Like they need all the help because they've just got dogs coming in left and right, which sucks. Even like you see the videos how they like save like 8 puppies at a time and stuff out of like a bin, and I'm like, how? How can someone do that? I don't understand it. I will never understand.
It makes me so sad. And like even when we went to drop, so Jake and I went and dropped off the physical supplies the day after the event, so on a Monday, and they came and said thank you and like were so appreciative. But just talking about, like, Jake and I had to leave. Like we were walking through the panels, they're like, you can go say hello to everyone. And as much as we wanted to, like, it just made me want to cry. Like, I know they're so looked after there and they do everything they can, but just the fact that they're there is so sad. And like, I think with supplies and stuff, although it's very good, if you give treats, they can only be used as treats. So having people donate physical supplies plus the entire cost of a tattoo, because, you know, depending on what you're tattooing, one tattoo is $200. That accumulated with everyone else's tattoos could go to like 7 emergency vet visits, which they can't necessarily squeeze from if someone just brings food. They could choose to put it towards food. It could be emergency fostering or anything like that, because they supply everything for the fosterers as well. So being able to donate such a good fund, any money counts obviously, but then they can put it wherever they want to.
Wherever they need it,
absolutely.
So obviously, again, yeah, if you're listening, you've missed it, but go donate. Follow the page so you can stay up to date with when the next one is.
Yep.
There's going to be more, and
I'll scream it from the rooftops
exactly.
when there is.
as will I. I will be sharing everything. I should be there at every event. I don't see why I won't be, but
absolutely.
I'll be there at this next one.
Beautiful.
So it's all going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll do some rapid fire questions and a would you rather.
Cool.
I've got so many different stupid fun questions
Cool, go.
to just rattle
But you have
off,
to give me your answers too.
I'll do my best.
Okay.
I'll do my best. But we'll start with the 3 rapid fire questions.
Yep.
So, what's your favourite holiday?
Halloween.
Halloween coming up.
Yep.
Do you dress up every year?
No, but I want to do flash days. We just never get to it. I would love when I get my house to deck it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever actually dressed up for Halloween. I think I've done like Halloween parties like around Halloween for school or whatever.
Yeah.
Last year, I sat at the front of Cleo's mum's house on a chair, wrapped bandages around myself, and just stood like sat there with a bucket of lollies. And then when kids came up, I was like, ah!
Yeah,
so much fun. It was the most fun I've ever had. But I don't think I've ever actually dressed up.
I never trick or treated.
Yeah.
No.
And now we're in like a block of units, so the kids aren't going to come.
Yeah, that's
so
the same as us.
we were thinking about like going sitting by the beach or something with some lollies
cute.
and whatever,
do
but
that.
dress up the dogs.
Yeah.
Fairy outfits. Nice. What is one thing that's on your bucket list?
See the Northern Lights.
Okay. Where are they? I can never remember where they are.
I do not know.
I was going to say Iceland, but I don't think that's
I was going to
right.
say, I think you can see them in Canada, but I think that might be different lights, maybe.
Okay. Southern Lights.
Yeah, you can see the Southern Lights here.
True.
Yeah.
Southern Cross.
No.
Southern Cross is better than the Northern Lights.
Not the tattoo.
The Southern Cross tattoo is the greatest tattoo of all time. Of all time. And then third rapid fire question. Fuck, we're flying through this.
Yeah.
What are your 3 go-to gym songs? Like while you're working out, not running, just like at the gym. What are your 3? What do you're shaking your head like you don't listen to music. What do you listen to?
Podcasts.
Jesus Christ. Okay. What would be your 3 go-to songs? Like if you needed like a push, what are your 3 songs? Even if it is a run, like you're starting to dip down.
Dance to Taylor Swift, but only the specific songs that I know. Like I wouldn't say I'm a Swiftie, but the songs I know I love.
I've been through this with who was it? Leah, I think, when she was on. What are the 3 best Taylor Swift songs? What are your 3 favourite? Because there's one that she didn't even include in her top 3, and I'm mad about it. I'm not a Swiftie either.
No.
She's got some bangers, though.
I like Our Song.
I don't even know that one.
That one's a good one.
Okay.
That one's just it's a little bit more of her like older, slightly country pop. What else do I listen to? I like Cruel Summer.
Good one. Banger.
Yep. Bad Blood. Or not as much as a boppy song, just a scream in the car song. What are you thinking? See, I don't know all of them. That's the thing.
Love Story.
Oh, Love Story's a bop, but that's not a hype-up gym
Yes,
song.
it is. I listen to that every drive on the way to the gym, just blast it, and just fucking rattling the steering wheel. No, you have to. That's a jam.
Yeah, that's a good song.
Blank Space as well.
Blank Space is good. Oh, God.
Shake It Off's overrated.
Yeah, but it's a good...
It's fine. It's
Yeah,
overrated, though.
it's a bop.
It's
Yeah.
too much of like a radio hit.
I Knew You Were Trouble. All I can see
Banger.
is the goat meme.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Bad Blood.
22.
Yep.
I know about you.
Yeah. I'm past it.
Same. Sad.
Yeah.
How sad.
Yeah, I can't think of all of them. See, that's why we know when I'm not a Swiftie, but some of them are boppy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So would those be your like 3 Taylor Swift songs that you would put on either during a run when you need a bit of a pick me up or at the gym if you need a push, or would there be 3 other songs?
I'd put a Taylor Swift song in there, probably, but it would just depend on what it shuffled through. And then some Fall Out Boy, maybe.
Okay.
And then, what else do I have there? Just some, like, boppy, like some kind of, like, instrumental, maybe. There's a...
Crazy Frog.
Oh, my God. There's an instrumental of Rainbow Road. the Mario Kart track.
Yeah.
That one's boppy. Like that's a more of a dubsteppy house. That
Okay.
song makes me want to run fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that kind of vibe, that's where I listen to like WWE entrance music because like until the age of
10 times bigger than what you are.
until the age of like probably 14,
Yeah.
WWE was just like my life. I've got tubs full of just WWE videos.
Okay, yep.
And yeah, just like listening to like not new ones, but like the nostalgic like 2008-ish.
Yep.
I'm just like, I kind of picture them walking out. I kind of picture me walking out. And some of it's just like, oh, here we go. Yeah.
I'll have to send you my gym playlist.
Please do.
Yeah,
I'll send you mine as well. Although recently, do you ever just get sick of your gym playlist after a while?
Yeah.
Because I've got like 4, but now I just listen to a boom bap mix of just like 90s kind of
We've got
hip-hop.
a collab playlist for our marathon. So we're just adding song after song, and it will be like some Ariel adds, some I add. But we're not allowed to listen to it until the marathon, so we don't get sick of it. But we did listen to it for the first time for our 21 the other weekend.
Okay.
And we bopped the entire time.
What was one that you weren't expecting to see in the playlist that was a real good one?
We had Barbie Girl, like the original song.
For a run?
Oh, yeah. But like we were like bopping the whole time.
I guess if you've got other people around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Every Time We Touch by, is it like Cascada?
Okay.
Just, woo.
Yeah,
let's
that
go.
one I can get, yeah.
Some Olivia Rodrigo, Taylor Swift,
Nice.
Fall Out Boy. I think there was maybe like a Bring Me the Horizon song.
Okay.
Was just, but I'll link that. You should listen to that while we run our marathon because you'd be bopping the whole.
Okay.
You're not running, but you're with us in spirit.
I would say that I would listen to it while I do rowing, but not a chance. I watch podcasts while I do that. So yeah, I can't I just look at the clock the whole time when I row, and it sucks. I hate it.
See, I'm always just on the drive to the gym. I'm halfway listening a podcast, so I'll just keep the podcast on.
Fair.
But then most of the time I don't listen to music because if I'm training with the girls, we're just yapping.
Yeah. So you miss it all. Yeah. Fair. We'll kind of get into would you rathers, but I do have some questions for you that aren't would you rathers.
Okay, go.
So this one I've seen on like a few podcasts. It's been on Reddit and that kind of thing. I want to know what your answer is.
Okay.
How many times in one day would you have to see an owl before you started to question it?
Twice.
So twice is where you would start to question it, or after 2 times? Like the third time you would start to think something's wrong?
I don't know. It depends on...
Just a normal day in your life?
If it's during the day, maybe twice. If it was at night, I'd go after the third time. I'd be like, because I've never I've seen one owl in real life. Once.
Ever?
Yeah. I've seen them at sanctuaries, but I saw one in the park near our house once. But that was the only one I've seen, like...
I have an owl that's my enemy. I don't mind it, but it doesn't like me.
A nemesis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. From when
twice.
From when Cleo lost her bird, and I was out in the park looking for it.
Yeah.
And I found a pink and grey, which is her bird, but it wasn't her bird.
Yeah.
Getting like attacked by an owl, and it was like trying to knock it out of a tree.
Yeah.
And I like went to go rescue it, and it was just like had its eyes.
Oh.
And I was like, what do I do if it like wants to come and get this bird? What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
So I like had a stick ready, kind of like I wasn't going to throw it, but it was like kind of ready.
Just a little bit of protection.
And then we like got the bird and everything, and then the next night I went to go out and like keep looking for her bird, and the owl was there again and just saw me and just locked onto me. I was like, oh shit, this bird fucking hates me.
Yeah.
Then a week later, exactly the same thing. I was like,
oh wow,
what have I done?
How many owls would you need to see?
I think after 3, I would start thinking something's wrong.
All right.
The third one, I'd start to be a little bit questionable.
Yeah.
But yeah, after 3, I'd be like,
I never see
something's
owls.
up.
So if I saw multiple, like even 2, I'd be like, what are you trying to tell me?
What's going on?
Yeah, what is going on?
And then off that, another one I saw, I'm kind of Australianising this one. How many times would you have to hear Kalgoorlie get mentioned in one day before you start to question it?
The name, like the...
Someone talking about Kalgoorlie.
Oh, God.
The American one that I saw was someone mentioning Connecticut. But obviously if like 3 people mentioned Connecticut, you'd be like, So Kalgoorlie.
Maybe 4.
The 4th one or after 4?
The 4th.
Okay.
Because I have so many FIFO clients.
Yeah.
But they're not all from Cal. And like if 4 people consecutively were like, I work at Kalgoorlie, or like something happened at Kalgoorlie, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But it would definitely be higher than the Owls
Okay.
because it's a lot more.
Yeah. Kalgoorlie's higher than the Owls. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
And then another one, I can't even remember their TikTok, but like I watch them all the time. Zach and fucking what's the other one's name? I don't know, but they make amazing videos. But if everyone else in the world stopped sneezing except for you, how long would it take for you to realize?
God. I don't know.
Because I asked Cleo this, and she works in a like medical center.
Yes.
So she's like, I would notice like that day.
Okay.
And I'm like, that makes sense. I genuinely think it would take me over a year.
Oh, I'd be probably close to that, but Jake also gets really bad hay fever. So if he just stopped sneezing all completely, and then
But would you notice though, or would you only notice if you sneezed less? Because I feel like if he just stopped sneezing, you'd kind of forget.
Probably. Yeah, I'd probably be closer to a year. But also when he sneezes, he makes the effort to make it as loud as possible.
Fair.
And scare the shit out of me.
I like to mess around with my sneezes because I can control the like volume of them.
Yes.
So sometimes I put a silencer on, and I'm like,
yeah. See, I do
But
that,
then-
and everyone at work goes, "That's such a cute sneeze." I'm like, "That wasn't a sneeze. That's me holding it in so I don't sneeze on you."
yeah. But then sometimes I'll just like fuck around and
No
just
sneezes
make it
are
as
pretty.
loud as I possibly can, just for whatever.
Catch
Sometimes
people
I'll
off guard.
Yeah, sometimes I'll just say words while I
Like a dad
sneeze.
sneeze.
Yeah. My favourite one is to sneeze and go, "Oh, you fucking."
Yeah.
That's it. I don't know what it means.
No context.
Yeah, maybe it's 4 hours. Who knows?
Jake just goes, "Fuck you."
Yeah. Nice.
Well, fuck off.
He did that many times when he came on the podcast, but he didn't sneeze when he said it. He just was saying "fuck you" to me. Like, fuck
Wonder
you.
what that was about,
Yeah, I
though.
know. I thought he just had hay fever.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay, this isn't a question, but I think we've talked about this before, and it makes me furious every time.
Oh god.
No, we have talked about this before.
Okay.
We talked about it at the festival. Do you know
Yes.
what I'm talking
The
about?
chips.
No.
No.
Not the chips. Worse.
No.
Is a hot dog a sandwich? Shout out to my old work buddy Cole as well, because this was his favourite thing. It drives me nuts.
Okay, so for context, Egg approached me with a question of, is a hot dog a sandwich? And then
I
obviously...
think you approached me, actually, just so we're clear.
You put it on your story and I replied and you were
That was because of my old workmate.
Okay, yeah, so you approached me, but like it was on your story.
Yes.
And Egg was very set in his answer. So of course...
Do you remember what my answer is, though? Because a lot of people like to say... Hold on. Firstly, what's your answer?
Yes.
See, people like to say that my answer is no. My answer isn't that, like, just no, as in that's it.
Yeah.
My answer is that a hot dog is neither a sandwich nor not a sandwich. It's a
Okay.
hot dog.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be anything else. A hot dog is a hot dog. It's not a sandwich. It's not a sandwich.
See, I don't feel that strongly about it, so I will take the opposing just to argue.
That's also what my work buddies used to do because they love to see me just get fired up about it.
But in truth, to me, a hot dog is a sandwich if it's in bread, because you put 2 pieces of bread on a sandwich, and that's what I grew up eating as a hot dog. But I understand. But then Zach raised that is a hot dog a taco.
Okay, that's taking it too far. Zach, shut the fuck up, okay? That's just insane. Because then I came at him saying, if a hot dog is a sandwich, then you're saying that a butterfly is a sandwich as well, because there's a body and 2 wings.
No, a sandwich is only if it's between bread. So if you put a butterfly in 2 pieces of bread, yes, it would be a butterfly sandwich.
Well, obviously, that I agree with, as stupid as it is.
So a hot dog in bread is a sandwich. Because a hot dog itself is also, a sausage is called a hot dog.
A hot dog between 2 pieces of bread absolutely is
Cool.
a sandwich.
Beautiful.
A
And
hot
like a hot dog sandwich.
in
Yeah.
a bun?
Yeah.
No.
A taco. No.
No, it's not a taco. I would rather call it a hot dog sub.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm
But-
sorry it infuriates you, and I'm sorry that it makes me
Oh
so
my
happy.
I mean, I like doing the exact same thing to
Yeah,
other
yeah.
people, but like,
I hate arguing, but when it's trivial,
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
so funny.
Yeah, like arguing about things that just have no relevance
Absolutely
or
no place.
impact on
Yeah,
your life.
absolutely.
It's the best thing that you can possibly do with your time. I agree. But no, the hot dog thing is just, it's stupid.
Yep.
Because Why? Like, you could categorize anything into anything if you really wanted to. But a hot dog's a hot dog.
Well, have you seen the thing where it's...
Oh, fuck, here we go.
No, I'm going to get it wrong, but it's either like... everything is either like a salad, a soup, or a pie or something.
That's what I mean. You can, like, you can do that kind of thing.
Some
you can
people
make
are like,
anything,
okay,
anything.
what's a smoothie? A soup. Like...
What's the, it's like... Is this a vegetable? Because, like, technically, or is this a soup? Is cereal a soup? That's what it is.
Yeah.
Is cereal a soup? And I'm like, no, it's a cereal.
Yeah.
Why does it have to be anything other than a cereal?
Yeah.
Fuck.
But I think the argument was like, if it's a, like something that's not a salad, but maybe like, I don't know, something similar to a salad. It's like, well, it's a salad, and it's like, it's clearly fucking not. Or a sandwich would probably fall into pie, which is whack.
Yeah, it's so stupid. I like that. Just brought back a memory I haven't thought about in ages of this TikTok that I stared at for like 3 days straight.
Yeah.
And it was like everything in the world is either Serena Williams or not Serena Williams. I was like, I guess, but
like, so one thing is Serena Williams, and that's Serena Williams.
Yeah. Like, everything else is not. And
Okay.
I'm like, I guess technically, but why are we grouping everything as not Serena? Like,
Yeah.
hey, can you pass me that not Serena Williams over
Fork,
there?
yeah.
Like, it's
That's
yeah.
funny.
I love and hate these things. It's all stupid, but anyway, do you have a would you rather?
Oh, I had some on my phone.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I Googled to prepare.
Because I have here. I'll present you with my would you rather.
Okay, go.
You can do yours, and then I've got a kind of like blind ranking
Okay, go.
for you. So we'll start with the would you rather. It's a running based one.
Okay.
Would you rather run a half marathon with shoes that are and no socks on? You're wearing shoes that are sandpaper on the inside,
Oh my god.
or every second water station is salt water, and you have to drink at every station.
The sandpaper.
You'd rather do that?
I would drown.
Fair.
Am I running a half marathon regardless?
Yeah.
And I have to take salt water.
Every second.
Yeah, I would pick the sandpaper.
But like, it's not just like ocean salt water. It's like slightly salted.
Oh, probably that then. Because
Okay.
that's what an electrolyte tablet generally is. It's just
Not that lightly.
Yeah, yeah.
Like somewhere between electrolyte.
If you were
and
giving me ocean water, I'd take the sandpaper.
somewhat like right in between ocean water and electrolyte.
Like a nice pool. No.
Pretty much, yeah. Drinking chlorinated water.
I'd probably still take my chance with the sandpaper.
Okay,
Yeah.
that wouldn't be nice.
No, but
Imagine
neither are
you
my
turn
toes
out as
normally.
that.
Yeah. My would you rather was, would you rather wear, which is quite relevant, 3 hats at
Hot
all
dogs,
times? Yeah. 3 hats at all times, or never wear socks?
As in like physical, like hats?
3 hats on your head at all
Okay,
times.
I just didn't know if you meant like, oh, I wear so many hats. I do
Oh,
this
no,
thing,
yeah.
I do this thing. Do I get to choose the hat?
Yeah, sure. You can pick all 3 of them, always. But you have to be wearing 3.
Hold it. So it's either I always have to wear 3, or it's either I wear no hats or 3 hats.
No, it's 3 hats
Always.
Always, or no socks. So you would be able to wear socks on your feet if you had 3 hats on your head, or you could never wear socks in your life.
Can I take the hats off to sleep and or shower?
I believe not.
Well, no socks then.
Yeah.
Easily. I'd get used to no socks.
At
That's
all
fine.
times, 3 hats.
Yeah, no. The top of my head would get so dry.
And then there was one more that was good. Wait,
Go
let me
ahead.
find.
Is a hot dog.
Would you rather? Would you rather have to swim everywhere you go, or bear crawl?
When you say swim everywhere, like, so is there water everywhere to swim in, or am I swimming on dry land?
There are no rules. I'm gonna say if you were swimming on dry land, you're doing one of these to get everywhere.
But like walking while I do it, or I'm
Sure.
laying on the floor, like
you're
dragging
not
myself with
No, I just let you swim in the air, or you bear crawl.
or back. Oh. Well, if it's walking and just doing a swimming motion everywhere I go, I'd go that.
You'd be a buff. Imagine that.
You're saying,
Just doing this
what do you mean I
every
would
day.
be? What are you trying to say?
Buffer.
Buffer the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd go that. Like,
Okay.
bear crawls, I used to do those in CrossFit, and they fucking suck.
Everywhere you go.
So yeah, nah. Then I'd be cut as fuck.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like negative 4%
need shoes
body
for
fat.
your hands.
Yeah, I already do. That's how I'm planning on doing my next half.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. And then the blind ranking. Do you know how blind rankings work? Like you kind of get.
I can't change the ranking once I pick it. Yeah,
yes,
okay.
exactly. So these are ranking things to listen to while running a half marathon. Okay. So first one is, so it's just 1 to 5.
Mm-hmm. And 1 is the best.
1 is the best.
Yep.
5th is the worst.
Yep.
None of them are good, by the way.
Beautiful.
White noise.
4.
Okay. I wasn't specific with which white noise because I think you can choose that.
Okay.
But it's not going to be great.
Just TV
regardless.
static.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Nice. Okay. A podcast, but it's just a weather podcast where they're just giving you updates on weather just around the world. It's like in no specific order. So it's like, today in Townsville, the weather's looking like this. And we'll move across to the Ukraine where...
Yeah, 3.
3? Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got 1, 2, and 5 still left.
Yep.
ASMR of someone opening jars.
5. Because I think that would drive me nuts.
Yeah. I don't like ASMR.
No,
I'm not a big fan.
No.
Not a big fan. Okay. So you've got 1 and 2 left.
Yeah, cool, yeah.
A recording of the commentary from the 1978 World Cup in Spanish.
1.
Okay.
Because I feel like they'd be passionate. Like, I feel like
you wouldn't know what they're saying, but you'd kind of know what's going on
absolutely
based on their...
no clue at all what they're saying, but I feel like they would get me excited more than white noise would.
Yeah. And who played in the 1978 World Cup?
No.
I think I looked it up. I think it was Argentina and Netherlands. I'm not sure though. Yeah.
I've
got no idea.
Chance.
I just chose a random year.
Yeah.
So your number 2 spot is Donald Trump's latest rally speech.
Oh, I'm so glad I didn't leave that to number 1. Yeah, cool.
So you've got, in order of things you would want to listen to.
Oh, no.
The 1978 World Cup recording in Spanish.
Yep.
Donald Trump's latest rally speech.
Yep.
And then you had weather podcast.
Yep.
White noise.
Beautiful.
ASMR of jars being opened.
Perfect.
Would you change anything if you could?
Donald Trump last.
Wouldn't want
and
to
then
listen
just
to it.
move them all up. Yeah.
And the funny thing is about all of that, Donald Trump is the only one where you could actually probably understand the full thing.
Oh, yeah.
And you still want to listen to
No,
it.
it
You'd
would
rather
just
listen
make me
to things.
so angry and
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep my heart rate down.
Fair.
I would be angry.
Fuck up Trump.
Yeah.
Fuck, he's a dickhead. Yeah, nice. There you go.
Beautiful.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast again.
Anytime.
Don't tempt me. I'll have you on anytime. Where can people find you, your work, and Tattoos for Tail stuff?
Tattoos for Tail is easy. It's just Tattoos for Tails on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
My work is Sun Spirit Tattoo. And then I've got a little side page for my final line pieces, which is Moon Spirit Tattoo.
It's all in black and, like, the pictures are all, like, no saturation? Is
Yeah,
that the
just
word
black
I'm
and
looking for?
white.
Yeah.
If you swipe, you get the nice little colour one.
Okay.
But
I don't think... maybe I did know that.
yeah,
I'm not
if
sure.
you just give it a swipe, you can see it.
Okay.
But then it just made it look a little bit aesthetic.
Yeah. Swipe right.
Yep.
Yeah, nice. Okay. And please be sure to like, subscribe, rate, share the podcast. Check out everything at fitgpod.com and FITG_podcast on socials. Shout out to Intro Tattoo Supply for sponsoring the podcast. Do you have any quotes or anything you want to send us off with?
Sign up for a half marathon. Be delusional.
Do it.
Anyone can do it, even if you've got bad toenails.
Yep. And listen to the 1978 World Cup recording in Spanish.
While you're running.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And remember, don't eat elephant soup.